In my part of Alberta, Ukrainian heritage is everywhere. Canada's first Ukrainian pioneers arrived in Edmonton in June of 1892. And for all the years that the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union tried to wipe out Ukrainian national and cultural identity, Alberta's Ukrainian diaspora kept the faith, literally. But they didn't just build traditional churches. They preserved Ukrainian food, Ukrainian dance, Ukrainian poetry, Ukrainian music, Ukrainian embroidery. They created a living time capsule, nurturing and protecting Ukrainian culture, waiting for the day Ukraine would be free again. And far from being assimilated, they co-opted everyone else into Ukrainian culture. But Ukrainian Canadians didn't just teach us all to dance and eat dumplings and color fancy eggs. They taught lessons in courage, in fidelity, in passion, in pride. They kept alive a dream of a free country, and convinced all of us to dream with them. And as Senator Dasko just explained, they gave Canada the gift of multiculturalism, pushing us beyond an Anglophone-Francophone binary to embrace true cultural diversity. They showed us you could be a passionate, loyal Canadian while remaining passionately loyal to your ancestral culture. It wasn't always easy. People may know about the famous statues in Alberta that celebrate Ukrainian heritage: the giant pierogi, the giant pasenka, the giant Mundare sausage. But the most important Ukrainian-Canadian statue is very different. It's called Endurance. It's a memorial to the 8,600 Ukrainians and other Eastern Europeans, immigrants from the Austro-Hungarian Empire, who were interned as suspected enemy aliens during the First World War. Most were young men, but 81 women and 156 children were also imprisoned in what were then actually called concentration camps, 24 of them across Canada, including 3 in Alberta. Many were, in fact, refugees from the Austro-Hungarian regime, but Canada, afraid of traitors within, locked them up and forced them to do hard labor, working on farms, building places such as Banff and Jasper National Parks. The monument to the Ukrainian internment sits on the grounds of the Alberta Legislature, where it has 2 equally striking neighbours: a memorial to the victims and survivors of Canada's Indian residential schools, and a monument to the Shoah and the victims of the Nazi Holocaust. The triad stand together to remind us and our political leaders of the horrors wrought by prejudice and racial hate, paranoia and propaganda. Today, Ukraine is once again under siege. Vladimir Putin, aided by his North Korean allies, seeks to destroy the valiant democracy on his doorstep. Meanwhile, Donald Trump and his masked minions are forcing suspect aliens into modern internment camps, while here in Canada, most especially in Alberta, craven politicians whip up anti-immigrant sentiment. And so in this dark hour, I thank the generation of Ukrainian Canadians who have fought for freedom, for community, and for inclusion, exemplars for generations of how to be true Canadians. Ukrainian Heritage Month should remind us all to stand vigilant against oppression and xenophobia, to stand on guard against those who would divide us, and to stand up for our allies and for an international order in which might does not make right. Thank you. Merci. Hi, hi.
Thank you. Our